All right, Guitar Friends, number 47. Here we go.
We already did 46?
Yeah, he just gave me 45 and 46.
Oh, we did 2 last week.
This is
Sorry
foreshadowing.
about that. Are you going to have that in the whole time?
It's a little awkward. But...
This?
Are you talking on the phone?
I'm listening to a podcast, John.
Are you getting
I'm listening.
Podcast.
I'm listening to the greatest podcast on the internet right now. I'm listening to the Guitar Friends from last week. Right now. As inspiration for the song.
Are all these recordings?
All facts.
These are all Guitar Friends, number 47. This is the Gretsch episode. Woo! And we're all here. Good friend Jerry's here as well.
Hello,
right.
Jerry.
Welcome.
Jerry, what's your last name? Gretsch?
Yes.
And
I thought it was Joe Gretsch.
Joe Gretsch, that's right. Joe Mazda, Jerry Gretsch.
Read it in there. What did it say? Oh, yeah. John. It said somebody. Yeah.
What?
Joe Gretsch. Joe Gretsch.
Joe Gretsch. And
He'd be rolling in his grave, seeing what you're holding.
We're all holding.
Assuming he's dead.
We're all holding our favorite Gretches. And Sooze, you got to go first. Is that the best Gretsch in the room? I think so. Why don't you play it? Show us how it sounds. This is the new Match Brave 3.
Please let me know if you ever sell it.
Yeah, is that yours?
This guitar belongs to Jerry.
Is that yours, Sooze?
No, but you've loaned it to me for 5 months.
Oh gosh,
It's been a long time. Yeah,
At least
March.
not longer.
Yeah, whatever that was.
February.
So, anyway, yeah, this is maybe one of my favorite guitars
It's a standout.
on the planet, which is so crazy.
Wow.
I think I played it once or twice before and liked it.
Yeah.
But when I spent like good time with it, I was like,
Bonded.
yeah, it's the pickups. It's like it never goes out of tune. Like it plays great.
The weight is good.
Do you know what I realized right now?
Bigsby, yeah.
I accidentally pressed the effects button before we started. I have a thick hall reverb on.
Leave it.
Hey. Whoa.
My bad.
Can you leave it?
Not on you.
It's just.
I have it.
It's just. Was it on the guitar as well?
It's just on me.
Oh,
no,
okay.
it was just on my mic.
I think you're onto
So
something.
it's probably really annoying to listen to there for a minute.
Interesting.
I like that.
Yeah.
So what's going in there then? Is that from your mixer then?
Yeah, this is not an interesting topic to discuss
No.
on the podcast. Let's move on. How I've wired up.
I don't know, man.
We've done way worse than
I don't
that.
know.
I know. I've got examples, but
Right. Let me take you back to last week.
I think this.
So I just pulled that. I pulled out that a little mixer, but
Right.
I pressed effects on this mic's channel. And
now we know.
I think this whole podcast is an experiment, and
so that was. I'm sure
Yeah.
that was very disorienting for
what
people.
we could possibly talk about.
Wow.
I did it so that way I can go joke of the week, and then it has a big effect.
I
So I
see.
dialed in before.
You tested it.
Wow.
I'm not
But
even
then you
su-
left it
I'm
on.
not even sure it'll be audible. Really, it will be,
Dang.
but it'll sound weird.
I love it.
you know?
Wow.
I have
Leave it.
questions, but
I was thinking.
I'm not gonna
I was
ask him.
thinking because so I was like researching these different like solutions that I can like cue sounds and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then I started thinking, I don't want to do all this. So I was thinking,
Like an old school like DJ soundboard.
yeah, but they have like stream decks now.
Yeah.
And so you can.
But you want to
just-
like play sound effects?
Yeah, like we could
Like people laughing, people clapping.
like we could have a
Yeah.
joke of the week thing. We could cue it to like actually hit
my
the
gosh.
guitar. The guitar intro, Guitar Friends.
Guitar Friends is on. Maybe you're in your car or mowing your lawn. Just turn it up. The Guitar Friends are on. The greatest podcast about guitar is on. As long as you don't count all the ones that have big guests and are very intentional about actually having guitar related conversations. Ooh, Guitar Friends is on. This is Guitar Friends. With HW, Sooze and Jon too. It's mostly about guitar, but also some other stuff will be discussed too. But it's most about guitar, unless we get distracted and talk about food or Teslas, or how annoying it is that Californians keep moving everywhere and bring their terrible ideas and ruin
That could be post.
So, yeah, we always do the post. But then I was thinking how much better it would be visually if all the sound effects and stuff were happening live. So, on the next, not the next episode of Guitar Friends, but the next time we sit down to record Guitar Friends, I've purchased some things that are on the way that are going to be add a little bit of flair.
Practical sound effects.
Practical sound effects.
Same.
Little
Little
noise-making
Foley
devices.
action?
Yeah, exactly.
Not digital.
Not digital. Well,
Oh,
some of them could use
a
electricity.
hybrid. Okay.
But no. They work in the analog world. Anyway, Gretsch episode. Here we go. We're all holding our favorite Gretches. Sooze is holding a black Falcon.
What's funny is we're not all holding our
We're
favorite
not.
Gretches.
Quite literally not, but we're close.
I think all of our favorite Gretches is that
That
Gretsch.
one.
So this versus the Tennessee Rose for you? You haven't had this for 5 months.
Right. I forget.
Your favorite is a Tennessee Rose.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It got ran over by a car.
Yeah, that's right. The minivan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the special
Yeah.
one.
We talked about it in the
It's
podcast.
too
Okay.
hot though. It can't be.
Can I tell you
Can't be
guys?
carried into my car in this 100-degree weather.
But you didn't bring it today.
Lazy. I did not.
You brought this instead.
I brought this instead.
Which is a black jet.
Yeah.
That's no slouch either.
DuoJet.
It's not a sparkle jet.
Certainly is not.
What's the difference, Mr. Gretsch, between a sparkle jet and a duo jet?
That one sounds better.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
So these are
It
both
is true,
horseshoe.
though.
It is true.
These are both. So like John and you were holding
Yeah, this is the
horseshoe era.
pre-Fender
Pre-Fender. They put horseshoes on them.
90s.
The old. Where did they invent the horseshoe headstock? Because the original duo jets don't have it, but I think some of the other guitars do.
Man, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I should know this stuff, but
And then what's that little doohickey you got under there? Like a Band-Aid? Under the
yeah,
Bigsby?
yeah, it
Keeps the string in there.
it does. When you're changing strings, if you throw a pencil eraser in there,
Right.
it keeps the string on there.
See, this is a thing that
And it
comes
just
with Gretsch
lived
culture.
there.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
You don't want to look for it later.
Yeah,
It's like Gretsch players are like the Jeep owners of the guitar world. You know?
Chrysler. I don't know.
You know, everybody
Yeah.
start taking your door off, then you get the little thing to put your foot on, and then there's like ducks stuck to your thing.
Right.
And I feel like everybody who has Gretches has like some sort of trick to make the Bigsby work because it doesn't really work. So it's like let's put a pencil eraser,
Nailed it.
a Band-Aid. Did you
Yeah.
try some pencil shavings, or you know what really works, chapstick on the spring or something? It's always like stuff
Maybe
like
the
that.
nut, you know?
You know, yeah.
Like concessions for why it's
There's
still the
always-
greatest guitar.
Yeah, it's always like you got to add something.
Yeah.
It is hard if you play a Gretsch. The first thing I check is does the Bigsby work?
Right.
Step
'Cause
two
they're-
is it in tune.
They're
Usually
so
it's not.
simple,
Yeah.
but they very often don't work right.
And then here's the other issue: do all these guitars have the bridges pinned, or are some of them floating?
This is floating.
That's
That one's
actually
floating?
That one's pinned, right? Mm-hmm. And then that's
I
a
don't think I changed the strings on this, but
is that
Probably been 2 years since the
that's
strings.
probably
Wait, so that bridge
feel like-
actually, if you take all the strings off, it like
Moves.
It
Detaches.
moves.
Yep.
Like, why would
Learned
you
that
make?
the hard way.
which would ruin everything you've done for
Like,
setup
why
and
would you
everything.
make a
Yes.
guitar that way? I don't get it.
Yeah.
well.
What possible benefit would you have?
Is it resonance or like some sort of?
I
It's
don't.
not a banjo.
Yeah, and I don't understand why.
We know
Right.
that much.
I
That
don't
is so
understand
true.
why
This
it
we
would
do know.
at least have been glued. I mean, they're done that way as a tradition. Like that's. But I wonder when someone made the decision. They never
Yeah.
sold acoustic guitars that way, and that predates all.
That's
all
what
of
I'm
these.
saying.
So I don't understand why they didn't at least just put some glue.
It's like
on.
it's like an arch top
yeah.
leftover.
And then the solution, of course, is like don't. I get that you maybe don't want to drill it in or something. That you don't want to go with metal. You're using wood.
Glue.
But so why not?
But, like, enter
they
every
put the
Les Paul ever.
They put pins just so they don't fall out. But why not? How about just a little glue? There's glue here. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Some people pin them down.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I change the strings on this like every 2 years. So I
Yeah.
don't really think about
How
it.
do you know it's time? You just get tired of it going foam,
Yeah.
foam.
You pick it up. Here's the thing: is like I play like once a year now, so I'll pull it out of its case. I'm like, oh, it's been a year since I changed these. I should change it for the one
It's
event I'm
time.
going to play
Yeah.
Right.
until the next year.
And you
Right.
got to set aside 45 minutes. You got to move
Yeah,
on.
gotta
This
buy
is like
strings.
this is
Like-
an ordeal.
It's a thing.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah, changing strings on these is not fun.
It's a process, man.
Yeah.
So okay, we played the Black Falcon. Sooze, this John's holding your old.
Yeah.
It's been around. It's been in a bunch of videos.
It's like a early to mid 90s Sparkle Jet. Plays great. The pickups are a little out of
Can we hear it?
out of balance. Yeah.
John, can you play us a little on this?
This was another one that got loaned to me for like 7 years by your current boss,
Toby.
Toby, from the Church Gear fame. And he finally said, I want it back. And so I said, can I buy it? And
Right.
did,
Can I
so,
exchange you for money?
Yeah. Remember?
It needs work.
The
ma-
jack
there it
is
is.
not Jeep owner.
It's so squishy.
Squishy, bright.
It actually sounds better than the balance between the pickups is better than I remember. In
Yeah,
my-
the bridge is usually quieter than the neck on that thing.
yeah.
Yeah. It's very bright compared to this, like a almost telly-esque.
Yeah.
Snappy.
Thinner.
White
Thinner.
rider.
Thinner. That has more bass for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think overall just not as loud.
No.
Is that-
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, more polite. Yeah.
This
You know.
guitar is very quiet.
Yeah. So what pickups are in these? Those are real Trons. That's like the expensive Gretsch that you're holding. That's like the black Falcon.
Yeah, the Falcon
This
is
is you're holding.
Yeah, I
There's a
don't know.
black Falcon, a white Falcon, a penguin, a panther.
Is
all
this
these like
silver
kind of
Falcon? Is that what they
absurdly-
call this?
That's a silver
Yeah,
Falcon.
Silver
silver.
Falcon.
Oh, excuse
Okay.
me. What's the black Falcon?
That had
gold.
gold.
right? So white and gold. White.
It's
and,
the one
white
you
and
would
black
buy
have
if
the
you
gold. I
bought a
see.
Gretsch.
This
I don't know,
one
I
is
like
way
that.
better looking.
And they have thick
For
and
sure.
thin ones, right?
That's the player's edition, and then there's like
I had the big one that was like
Yeah.
felt like that.
kind of like
you
the
know?
TN Rose a little bit.
A
Yeah.
little too big.
It's
And then,
bulky.
and then this guy over here. This is the before Fender bought Gretsch, the like import.
Yeah, I think it's Japanese.
Jap-
They're all
yeah,
so they're
Japanese.
Japanese made with
Yeah.
a horseshoe.
Yep.
And what pickup? Do we know what they call these
I
pickups?
don't know. I mean,
Filtertrons, right?
These are just
Filtertrons?
these are normal Filtertrons too.
But do they call them anything? Like they call them the what's the
TV Jones.
No, like today they call they have the black.
Oh, there's like Hylotrons
Yeah.
and like
No. I mean they call
black
the
tops.
black tops.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
are different.
Those are, I think,
The one,
cheaper.
The ones
yeah.
that they put on the Electromatics are totally different.
Yeah, but these aren't. Well, these are Gretsch Filtertrons, but I mean these are made in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I have that. Those DiMarzios in my Greco. But it was actually that DiMarzio like sent the instructions on how to make their pickups to the Greco factory, and then they licensed the name.
They're
and
like,
made
"You
the
make
pickups.
them."
Oh, okay.
Spec.
So it's like I don't know if they're the same, really. You know,
Have you ever had a Gretsch with TV Jones pickups?
Nope.
I know that's a direct replacement kind of thing.
I've
but-
never had a Gretsch with TV Jones pickups, but I've had TV Jones
Pickups.
classics.
Okay.
Yeah, which are Filtertron style.
That's cool.
One of the
I bet they're
Gretches I
cool.
had TV Jones Dynasonic ones, the smaller one.
With the single
Yeah.
Yes.
row. Is that a single?
No, it's a
It's a-
humbucker still, but it's
It is
very,
a
it's,
humbucker.
it's
Yeah,
weird.
a copy of the D. Armand pickups.
Right.
That were in the
Oh.
D. Armand guitars.
Yeah.
Are those typically brighter too than
Yeah,
even
they're
those? Okay.
very bright.
Okay.
Ice picky almost.
And those are Gretsch, not TV Jones in there.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think any of these have TV Jones.
I don't think so.
It just says U.S. patent
Yeah.
and a number.
Let me look that up.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the Sparkle Drive, or
Jet.
it's not.
Sparkle Drive. One
No
of my. I
Sparkle
think
Drive
that was
was
my
involved.
first drive pedal. Yeah.
This is a great guitar.
That's
I
so
don't
true.
love playing this guitar, but I like the sound of that guitar.
Yeah.
It's
I love this guitar.
it's fine. It's a fine guitar.
I'm gonna
All
take
right,
it home.
Let's hear this
You
duo
should
jet.
take
Let's
it
hear if
home.
we can hear any difference. Do we know the difference in the years of these at all?
No, I looked that up when I bought it. I think it was
I
like
don't.
95 or 94. Or
Yeah, I
something.
think this is late 90s,
Okay.
something, somewhere in there.
Where'd you get that guitar?
I got this from Aaron Blanton, who bought it on
Oh no,
tuning.
tuning.
Do you have a tuner?
Yeah,
Have you ever
there's
used a
tuner on
Kemper
there.
tuner before,
Hit
Jared?
it on the tuner.
That?
No.
Oh,
Turn it off.
boy.
There you go. Perfect.
Dang, you saved
Clearly
it.
no.
You say right, yeah.
You an E flat?
I don't know. It was in the case.
Yeah, you could be.
For
Again,
months.
it's been a
You're
year
not,
since
you're
you've
not.
played it, so
It has.
Anyway, while we do that, did you know that thanks to my new assistant, Gretsch Guitars have a rich history of dating back to 1883, when Fred
Fred.
Fred
Gretsch.
Gretsch, that's the one.
It'd be a lot better if his name was Friedrich.
Right.
I think
Gretsch,
Friedrich is fine.
A German immigrant, founded the company in Brooklyn, New York. So
Wow.
He later became a hot dog vendor. No, he didn't. Initially producing banjos, tambourines, and drums, Gretsch expanded into guitars in 1930. Their instruments became iconic in the 50s, 60s thanks to distinctive models like the 6120. What's a
He's
6120?
profiling right now.
Go to browser.
He's
There you
making
go.
a profile,
Dude, I don't know how to work this
Right.
thing.
browser.
which is refreshing.
What's a
you don't know, you don't know
6120?
about Kempers?
So
Do
great.
not know.
What's
a
what?
6120? The Gretsch 6120.
That's a model, hollow body
Yeah, hollow
model.
body.
Yeah.
Is that
Popularized by artists like
Rose?
Chet Atkins.
Chet
Chad Atkins?
Known
Yeah.
for their twangy sound, unique
Yeah, that's like a
design,
T-Rose.
including hollow bodies. The company faced challenges in the 1970s, but was revitalized in the 80s, continuing to produce high-quality stuff. In the 90s, they did some of these, and then Fender bought them, and now...
Was that ToneBot helping you?
yeah, that was ToneBot.
Oh,
helping
thanks,
me out.
ToneBot.
Oh, well, last time I realized the history we did on the Telecaster was just from my memory, and as I listened back, I was
Sketchy
like,
at
I was
best.
like, this is not...
This is not it.
Let's not have someone
Yeah.
quote.
Right.
on anything.
Yeah.
We don't want to be taken out of context here.
At one point, we were like, but is it the first electric guitar? I was like, I know it's not, but I don't even know what is. So we'll have to go.
Did you
Yeah.
look it up or no?
I think we said we'd recant it later.
We'll ask Tombot some other time.
Did I break your
It's
amp?
also Guitar Friends.
There you go. It sounds louder than that one,
It
right?
sounds nice.
That sounds closer to that one than
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
one does.
I'd agree. What's
sounds-
the-
It is loud.
I love it.
It's
Yeah.
dope. It looks cool too.
It is a cool looking guitar.
Yeah, it's
I
fun.
miss mine.
And it's got the... Yeah, man,
It's loud.
You had a great
Yeah.
I did.
jet like
Defend
that.
You know
yourself.
why I bought that? I went to California for something when
Tell
Jerry
us more.
still lived in California, and I
did.
borrowed that guitar in his rig to play somewhere.
That is right.
And I was like, dang, I
I should
really
get
need
one of
one of
these.
these. So I
Yeah.
bought one.
Was yours like chambered or something different? It was like
No,
it was just like that one.
it was just like that one.
Horseshoe.
Horseshoe.
They're all so different.
They
though.
are different, man.
That's the thing.
That's another way of saying inconsistent.
Very inconsistent.
Different's cool, but like
Right.
some are just dogs. I've played some bad
If
ones.
it's a brand you don't like, you call it inconsistent.
yeah, exactly. It's like Jeeps.
Right. There was.
They're,
If it's a brand
not
you
for
do
everyone.
like, you say, oh, you just got to find the one you love the
yeah,
most.
play a lot of them.
Yeah, they do. I mean, they look like they're made in the same place. I don't see any...
I
real
mean, this
difference.
one has seemed like it's been cleaned less.
Yes.
It has more
And
mojo for
aged.
sure.
It's got a lot of.
It's actually been
wear
played
on it.
probably a lot
the
more.
thing is, too, correct me if I'm wrong, the sparkles that
The
they
comments
do.
will correct you.
Yeah.
They will correct you.
Even if
They
you're not
will.
wrong.
The,
Even if you're
the
not wrong.
sparkle finishes that they do,
Yeah.
it's more like a drum wrap
Yeah.
than it is like a guitar finish.
yeah.
And
They use like
but-
a really big flake.
yeah,
Yeah.
but when they do a painted finish, that's more like a traditional guitar finish. And so I feel like the sparkles age differently because, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they
Like if you
definitely...
look at an old Gretsch kit, it looks like this.
Sure. You have Gretsch kits, don't you?
I actually do not.
Really?
What's
How
your
many- how
oldest
many-
drum kit?
How many drum sets do you have, Jerry?
Too many.
Poor Jerry.
My oldest is probably the Slingerland, 70s.
I knew a Slingerland in college.
Did we mention before how like Jerry's on our
Swingerland.
Guitar Friends podcast, but he's actually one of the best drummers we know?
I shouldn't. Yeah.
It's
be
true.
drum
I've never...
friends.
No, but
I
yes.
haven't really heard you even play the guitar more than a few notes. And
There's the three notes right there
Yeah.
for you.
It's going to be a G chord. There's going to be a major 7.
Seven will be involved,
If I know anything about
and there's gonna be no shredding, and probably not a Kemper.
All right. Yeah, hey. Tube amps.
Yeah, tube amps. Okay, I'm also holding a Gretsch. And
That's fake
No.
news.
Don't
What?
like that.
That's fake news.
what's wrong with this? Looks like a Gretsch. Look, it has a wiggle stick, like all of these. It has frets
Oh my gosh.
and 2 pickups that I can select with one of these. Looks familiar.
Wow.
These pickups definitely look familiar.
By that logic, then you have you could say that that's any guitar.
It's a
Right.
very unique. I was gonna get a piece of tape. I forgot and put Gretsch right here.
The logo is suspect.
That would
Wait
have
a
been
minute.
more convincing.
Dead giveaway.
Sir. So, I've owned a lot of Gretches. I don't know. I've had several Sparkle Jets.
I remember you had a gold
The
Sparkle
gold
Jet.
one. Yeah, that one.
I had a gold one and I had 2 silver ones.
That guitar, that
Over the
gold
years.
one, we all kind of agreed we didn't love it, but the finish, like looking at that guitar was,
Yeah, it was great.
really
Beautiful
something
Especially in
guitar.
special.
demos.
That's
was
usually
like-
why I buy
it was
things. It's like,
Yeah.
outrageously good.
who cares really how
The
it sounds?
aesthetic.
Guitar.
yes.
Yeah.
And
Which we've talked about why the T Rose is so against that. Arguably, this is more your aesthetic.
For 100%.
Yeah.
It goes against everything.
Interesting.
but I just didn't. I'm even on. It's me playing on the demo and talking about how much I love Lambertone's Filtertron pickups in a Gretsch, and I do really like those pickups. That's what's in here, but I just don't like the guitars. I like the way they sound. I just don't like the neck angle. Like, do you see on every one of your guitars
Like a Les Paul?
how much neck is, like, how high the neck is to the body right here? You can see that it doesn't go like parallel with the body. It goes like backwards.
Can we have a supercut of every video in which you've said that phrase?
What?
Talking about the neck angle of
Well, it's all.
Gretches.
It's just all weird.
Doesn't yours do the same thing?
You're not wrong.
No, it's straight.
This is straight.
No, it's higher here. and
Oh,
you
I
can
see what you're
that
saying.
it's higher here than here. If you, do you see what I'm saying?
I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking
It's,
about
the neck is pitched back.
splitting hairs.
You know.
I think this just comes out. It's an optical illusion.
No, it's the neck angle is that of an archtop guitar because that's what Gretsch made. And so when they did this, the neck angle is different than you'd find on a Les
I
Paul.
mean, isn't this like a Les Paul though? Les Pauls, they have like a neck angle.
They do, but this is different. And Gretsch even now makes ones that are like Les Pauls,
Where they're
you know,
flat?
those really weird V bridges they came out with a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong. I mean, there's just the neck angles can be different on whatever guitar you want to play. It just when I play them, I just go, I don't know, something feels funny to me about this. It doesn't feel like a Les Paul, and I think, and then it doesn't feel like something else. It really is.
Are they
know?
the same scale length as a Les Paul?
It feels like it, but
Are
believe
they?
so.
Are they a Fender?
No, they're shorter.
they're short.
I believe they're
shorter.
Yeah, 24 and 3/4. But I don't know. I've owned them. I've never jived with them. And Bigsby's are great, but I'd just rather one of these. So
It's a weird color for a Gretsch you got there.
this is a very rare custom color.
They don't do that pink
on
a lot.
Gretches. No, they don't do it a lot.
Beautiful.
See your Gretsch do that.
I have no rebuttal. Just gonna let it slide.
You know, it's I don't know. Different strokes, different folks. I've owned a lot of these style guitars, and at some point I just wanted to have it with different pickups so it could sound like different stuff.
Like a Gretsch.
Yeah,
I do love that
Give me a
guitar.
Gretsch.
I love the sound of a Gretsch.
Oh, it's a great
I
guitar.
No,
just
I
don't-
love that guitar.
Yeah,
though.
and I love
Yeah.
the guitar. I just
I love the way
don't-
it sounds. I love the way
Yeah.
it plays.
I
The
like
way it
the
looks
pink?
is
I just
cool.
want to go on the record. No Gretsch hate. I'm happy they exist in the world. I'm happy they exist for other people. No interest.
That's fair.
To each their own.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
And I think also if whoever owned Gretsch made modern Gretches, they'd be even better. Because isn't a Duesenberg just kind of like, oh, what if we kind of like made a modern Gretsch, but it's kind of better?
I feel like the thing
It's
that
like kind of like
okay, well,
Duesenberg, right?
here's an
It's like
interesting.
very Gretchy. It's like
Here's a question then.
You know what I mean?
What makes a Gretsch a Gretsch?
Well, I don't know, but to me, the Duesenbergs if they feel like they definitely were aware of Gretsch's models. You know what I mean? Like I almost feel like the Duesenbergs
Sure.
are designed to be they're just a little in that style.
It's suspect.
Yeah.
Because a star player is kind of like it's kind of like a Les Paul, but it's not a Les Paul. It
Yeah,
doesn't
it's-
feel
In between.
doesn't feel
Yeah.
like a Les Paul.
No.
Looks like one kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, it's like just like a take on a Gretsch, like some.
I feel
big
like the
difference.
thing that makes a Gretsch is a Bigsby plus Filtertrons. That to me is like the Gretsch sound.
How dare you?
So
I
that-
agree.
You're missing the
I
Bigsby.
agree.
Bigsby's do something different
Yeah.
than
Yeah, they go out of tune. You got to put Band-Aids on.
Pencil erasers.
That's the weirdest Band-Aid I've ever seen.
It's a pencil eraser. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
It's like the ones you put over.
Like you add on.
Life
I never
hack.
personally had a problem restringing a Bigsby guitar without help. But
We must be
I did.
babies. Dude, they take me a long time.
Yeah, I mean,
the
Trini,
worst.
Trini has a Bigsby, and I have a couple. Do I have another? I have a I think Trini's the only Bigsby I have, but I do have a Gildsby.
the Gildsby, it's essentially the same
Yeah,
thing.
it's just a copy of a Bigsby.
Yeah.
So the Player Series ones now have the ones that go through. So you put the string back that way, wrap it around, and it catches.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
so
yeah,
you
yeah.
don't have. There's no problem. It's just
Yeah.
No erasers
super
needed.
fast. Oh, it's so
Yeah.
fast.
Oh, is that what the? Well, what does the eraser do? I don't even know what it does.
Holds the string in
It
there.
just applies
oh,
pressure.
so you
up.
just move it back and forth.
Because
Yeah.
there's just a little post that sticks out.
Yeah.
And you
I
got to
always
hook the
just
ball
take
on
it
the end of it.
and make a crease in the
That's what I
string
do.
so that it
That's what I
goes
do.
like that.
Well, I
and
do
then you
that.
hook
I
it.
do that
Then
too.
I hold
yeah.
it with the.
Oh, I see.
It's just you're down here doing your thing, and you hear pong, and you're like, oh,
It's
kind of
Constant
popped
tension,
out.
guys. Constant
Yeah.
tension.
Well, I started using a capo that helped with tension.
Oh, yeah, that would
I pull
help.
it tight, capo it here, and then the whole
I
thing
guess
is.
that would work.
the whole
There's
I
thing
gotta
remember
be
the
a
very
better
first
solution.
time you and I did it together.
Tim's
It took two of us.
Do you think?
Right.
Do you
I was like,
think?
grab me that capo and that beer. We're going to be here for a while.
Do you think somebody? Because I get that you don't want to. I get that you could like optimize the Bigsby and probably make it a better functioning unit, but then
Yeah.
it wouldn't be a Bigsby. You probably change the feel. You change the sweep, like
Right.
So it
Yeah.
works and people like it. But it would seem to me they could just make the string go through the round post, have some sort of a locking mechanism, and then it would function as normal. Like if you just
lock it in.
change that piece to actually lock.
That's what he's saying the new ones do.
The new ones just head the opposite direction
Instead
so
of
it
a-
catches the ball.
Instead of a post,
you
there's a
just
hole.
string it
You string
through.
it through that way, the
Oh,
ball's
right.
caught, and then you pull it back around.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Kinda like a
that's
like
more
a
simple than what I was
wraparound.
thinking.
Fixes it,
I was
yeah.
thinking you put it in and something clamps on it.
Yeah,
like an
yeah.
actual like a Floyd.
No, it's like a
lock-in.
wraparound.
It's
Yeah.
just like that, but it enters from behind, goes around.
Well, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, and it works great.
Yeah.
That seems like
Modern.
an easy retrofit to an old.
Oh,
guy.
sure.
Yeah,
I bet
you
you
could
just buy
probably
that piece.
buy
Drop
the-
on that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Best worship guitar. Is it a Gretsch?
Or a telly.
Is a Gretsch just a telly that you just didn't commit to a telly because you wanted to?
Wiggle stick.
Yeah.
Like a telly with a Bigsby on it versus a Duo Jet with a Bigsby on it.
Yeah. What would you take?
I feel. I don't know.
If I could have one, probably the telly. See our last episode or whatever that was.
That's your
telly
sound.
episode.
I would take
Yeah.
a Gretsch.
You take a Gretsch every time, huh?
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
own a telly?
I do.
What is it?
MIJ.
Does
Silver
it have
sparkle.
a Bigsby on it?
No, that's why I never play it.
Oh, I thought it did. Don't you have a white telly?
Oh, I
with
do have a white telly.
it?
I forgot. With a Bigsby.
With a
How
Bigsby.
many
Yeah.
guitars do you have?
Probably 10, 11,
Okay.
somewhere
I
in
feel
there.
like 10's the sweet spot.
I
Yeah.
got 10.
Yeah.
I have like 11 right
HW
now.
has 10.
And plus
Plus
like
10.
50.
Yeah.
Right. A couple times over.
Guitars?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got 10.
I sold a couple. I'm down to.
40.
Well, what do you see here?
100
There's 20,
amps.
there's 20 on the wall. Oh, 19 because you replaced it with the double neck.
Well, the double neck's one, yeah, but then I have another double neck over there you can't see, and then I think one of my guitars is in Sue's office.
Are we counting a double neck as one guitar?
Sue's has a Les Paul of mine, and there's a Les Paul in a case in the garage.
Valid
That's
question.
right.
1.5.
Double neck's one guitar.
Does the other double neck, is that the Indian double neck?
I've,
Have you opened it lately?
no. I call it.
You put it outside, right? But it was still.
I did. I've been airing it out, and it's getting better.
Is it?
Yeah.
Have you ever smelled this guitar, Jerry?
I
It
don't-
was shipped here from India.
curry.
It smells like curry and like
smells like-
cologne.
It's
Yeah, it smells like
If it was chicken masala, I'd be in, but not curry.
it smells like some sort of oil that someone put on because they thought it smelled really good, or maybe they just had it on their hands.
They
a
were
lot.
they were blessing your guitar before
Yeah.
they
I think
shipped it.
so.
They
Yeah.
probably did though.
Yeah, it's a real like masculine.
It's like cover up. It's like trying to be like, don't.
What happened
Yes.
before that
Yes.
went on there?
It raises a lot of questions.
So you still have that. You
Yeah.
haven't sold it yet.
Yeah, I haven't sold that yet. So yeah,
Hmm.
whatever. I got 20 something.
Okay, Jerry.
No
So-
Gretches. No Gretches.
If
I'm
you
here.
you've got a lot of Gretches and a lot of non-Gretches. If you had to go down to 3 guitars,
Yeah.
would they all be Gretsch, or would you want some variety?
It would be that guitar, the Rose, and probably the 355.
The green one.
Yeah.
Not
That's
the
a special
gold one.
guitar.
I love that one.
Not the gold. You have a gold
I have a gold
355
one,
too.
but I-
335.
It would be
Or
the olive
335.
drab.
The
olive drab is very.
Green is my favorite
love
color.
green. I know.
If we didn't.
We've talked
No.
about the
We talked about
the
it.
Chris Cornell Sig guitar, which is olive drab with filtertrons.
Yeah.
And a Bigsby.
Yes.
It's like a
That's-
Trini
but it's a
Lopez.
Gibson,
It's
yeah.
like a green Trini Lopez.
Is
Trini
that-
Lopez with
is
filtertrons.
that
That's like the ultimate guitar
the
for you,
peak?
but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's also like $9,000 or something.
Right.
Yeah, they're too expensive.
Yeah. I'm not afraid to spend money on guitars, but that's a little.
That's a lot.
All hollow bodies, all big, like
Yes.
that's your vibe.
Can
It
I tell
is.
you guys my Tennessee Rose story from
Please.
the other day?
Yeah, what happened?
I went to Guitar Center to return an amp, and I was walking through, and there was a Tennessee Rose on the wall, and I was like, "Oh, we're
Nashville?
gonna, yeah."
Okay.
I was like, "Oh, we're gonna do a Gretsch episode. It's $1,300 for this Tennessee Rose."
Good price.
And I was
Very good
like,
price.
I was about to pick it up and play it, and it was locked.
Ask
Right.
for assistance.
Ask for assistance. I'm like, why is this thing locked?
Yeah.
$1,300
At that price, yeah.
$1,300 guitar locked. I bless you.
Bless you.
I
Gosh.
peruse down the aisle. There's a Ernie Ball, John Petrucci Majesty
Yeah. Not a $1,300.
on sale for $5,400.
Yes.
And
What
I
guitar
pick
center was this?
Nashville.
Okay.
And I pick it up
They have
and play
nice
it.
stuff.
No lock.
Not locked. No lock on the $5,000 Ernie
Consistency,
Ball.
Yeah.
And I played it and I was like, oh, this is cool. I really wanted to play this $1,300
They're not
T-Rose.
afraid of someone stealing the Ernie Ball.
I just don't get it. It
So
was
that
like,
made you leave.
I was just like, ha.
Do I really want to ask
I
somebody?
had already been there for like 20 minutes waiting for the check.
I see.
Hovering.
And so I was like,
Wasting time.
I probably shouldn't buy a $1,300
Right.
guitar, you know?
Can I ask another question on the air?
Sure.
Live broadcast.
Okay.
So when you say you're returning an amp, does that mean you bought an amp, profiled it, and wanted your money back?
That means I traded a bunch of stuff for an amp
Okay.
and profiled it and then wanted my money.
There you go.
It's not good or bad. I just had to know. Like,
What's the
you
politically
know,
correct version of saying that?
I mean,
Yeah, I don't
look,
know.
if it
renting? You rented it?
you
all?
rented it.
I was at a show one time, like an indie show, way back in the day, and I remember the guitar player was like, "I just want to thank you. This is our." He was like, "This is our last show of the tour." You know, these guys you never heard of. You know,
Yeah.
it's like a support band, and they were like, "I want to thank everybody, our manager, so and so, blah blah, and the fine people at Guitar Center for their very generous like return policy."
At the end of a tour.
Yeah.
Shoot.
That's
Yeah.
a lot.
And I was, yeah, it's like you can go on tour. And I was thinking, even if you like get an amp for that day, you could bring it back the next day and then just go on your way. You know, you could buy an amp, perform with it that night.
I'm sure they
Yeah.
love
And
it.
these guys are doing, you know, he probably was getting a Super or a Hot Rod Deluxe, you know, something just throwing pedals into, you know,
Yeah.
and it would work.
Yeah.
Dang.
Guitar Center is generous. I've done that a time or two. The amps, though, that I've returned, I don't think I've ever had the intention of doing it. I think I've done that 2 times. One of them was with the Friedman Pink Taco, and I thought that amp was not very good at all. And
With a name like that, you're like, is this what?
yeah, I returned it, and then I gave the pack away for free, so I didn't feel bad about that.
Oh, there you go.
And then one other time,
Doing
free
yourself
for
a service.
free.
Yeah.
one other time, yeah, I just found an amp there and I bought like 3 amps, and then one of them was one, and I was like, I don't feel bad about returning one of these amps. I bought 2 amps there,
Yeah.
and they were like vintage amps that I thought were good deals. And this one just was a smaller boutique manufacturer, and I just was like, nah, I don't really want this.
I really viewed it as like, I could sell this amp and it will take longer
Right.
and it will be more hassle.
Or I could return it.
But I'm in the 45 days and I'm not breaking any rules.
Yeah.
It doesn't say you're not allowed to play it.
Yeah,
And you're not doing it every month. Like,
I
it's
played
like
it a bunch.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I have other amps that I've had to sell.
yeah.
So
I
All
gotcha.
right, guitar joke of the week. Are you ready for this one? We got some new. These are going to take a little different turn.
oh no.
Okay, what musical keys do cows sing in? What musical keys
Cows?
do cows sing in?
It's like moo minor. Stupid, right?
Blue minor.
I've heard worse punchlines on this
on
show,
the show. Right.
than that.
I like
so.
that.
It's beef flat.
Ah.
Beef.
That's
You
good.
were
Flat.
really
Right.
close.
I was had
You were
to
onto
use
something.
some
I knew it
play
was
on words.
So great.
You were.
This guy's really good. He guesses a lot of them. Maybe
Why are
30%.
Smart.
Why are violinists braver than guitarists?
Something about no frets.
They use a bow, an arrow.
They never fret.
They never.
I mean, you're right. You're right.
Case in
saying,
point.
he
Case in
thinks-
point.
Mine are always cheesy.
not
His are
fair.
like dead on.
Right. It's no fun.
What
They
did,
No,
never
it's
what did-
fun out of
Jerry,
it.
this one's for you. What did the drummer get on the IQ test?
0.
Says a drummer.
Yeah.
Drool.
drool.
Wow.
So that's worse than
Yeah,
that's
like an
negative.
insult.
Yeah,
couldn't
that's
even figure out
that's
how to take
Most people are self-deprecating to guitar.
You fell asleep?
Yeah.
That one's bad for
I
the
feel like
drummers.
drummers get the shaft on this.
All right, last
not
one.
as much as bass players.
No, you're right. Bass players.
Last one for the week. I asked my father if he could leave his guitar collection to my children when he passes. Guess what he said?
I don't know.
I'm out.
No.
What did he say?
That's music to my heirs.
Dang.
So
It's like
stupid.
a dad joke.
That's pretty
I mean,
bad.
they're all
Full dad joke.
That's music
Yeah.
to my ears.
Where do you find these?
Yeah, just random.
Those are my
I like
heirs.
that
Yeah,
one.
That's
That's good.
It's
Yeah.
a groaner. That's a.
I am a dad.
Yeah.
I
that's
enjoy a
groaner.
dad joke.
Yeah. Why is
Wow.
a piano so hard to open?
There's too many keys.
The keys are on the inside.
There you go.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? It's,
Keys
it's-
are on
You
the
can
ins-
normally get a word of the punchline.
You're close.
You know,
Yeah,
like
you're
you're hitting.
close.
It's like
Yeah.
how to phrase it. It's a crapshoot.
yeah. Why did the singer climb a ladder?
Rung. Something about the bell got rung.
To get high.
To get high.
Yeah, I like
She
that.
wanted to reach the high notes.
There you go.
Hey,
Close.
come
Look at
on,
Jerry.
Jerry.
It's close.
That's like I would.
What did the robber steal from the music store?
Oh boy.
I don't know. Not
The
money.
loot.
Yeah. The loot.
Wow.
That's
Flute.
a,
I tried to
that's,
find.
that's a groaner.
Yeah. Oh yes.
I couldn't find any Gretsch related. Any
No
Gretsch
Gretsch related puns.
Because there's
Yeah,
nothing to
interesting.
slander about them.
No, there's not. They're not. They're great.
They're not the punchline of any joke.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Like an ovation. The ovation.
No, the ovation.
What's perfect pitch?
Yeah. What? Yeah. What is it?
Not that.
The
pitch that
angle,
you
the angle, the correct angle to throw an ovation in the dumpster. That's a good.
That's a perfect pitch.
I feel like we should buy an ovation just to
Right.
sort of like be.
I think they can be had for
For cheap.
very little money.
Yeah.
Jerry, can you show me what an ovation does when you hold it on your lap?
Yeah, it's just.
It just falls. It just falls down.
It's just like
Who
straight
wants to
out.
play?
I think
Yeah.
Sue should
Suze,
play
why don't you-
something.
Why don't you play a little more? I'm going to give you some ambient stuff because.
Oh, ambient
Well,
stuff.
I think these are great worship guitars. I think that's what a lot of people like them for. Is anybody, Gretches are for two things. I mean, we can call this, I think, pretty much true. I only know like 2 or 3 rock bands that play Gretches, and I mean like rock bands today. I mean, I know Malcolm
like
Young.
Brian Setzer, like rockabilly.
No, not even that.
Yeah.
I'm about to say it's either rockabilly or worship, and then
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
okay, there's a couple exceptions. I think Richard Fortus plays a Gretsch, and I think
Who is Richard Fortus?
Google him. Somebody can put that in the comments. And then
You learned.
there's he's played with people. He's played with people.
He's an artist or guitar player?
He's a guitar player who's
Jerry,
played with
put
art
the
with
tuner on.
several
Oh, I
different
see.
artists. But I'm trying to think who else. I
probably
knew
not.
a guy who played one. I guess Alex Lifeson played. I think didn't he play? Didn't he have a?
No, he has Les Paul.
No, but I think
Maybe he played a Gretsch for a little
I
while.
feel like he had a white Falcon. Maybe I'm making that up. Somebody had a white Falcon.
Could.
I mean, there's Ted.
Ted Nugent?
Didn't he have
No.
He played big.
What is-
the
No, he played the Gibson one.
yeah,
The Gibson
135.
135.
But he doesn't have a.
I don't think so.
See, I'm really reaching. Who
I know,
else?
I
Who?
know.
It's Malcolm Young, and then no one.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
All the
it's-
people I think of are church players.
It's Chet
Yeah.
or
Well,
Setzer
Michael
or
Chislett.
Yeah, or like
was the original.
old school country.
yeah,
like-
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like 50s, 60s country.
So, Suze, I don't have your sounds on here, do I? How would
The,
you know?
the Sooze template? I don't know. I hardly ever play that. That rack.
That rack Kemper.
Turns out I do. have
Nobody
the
knows
Suze
what's on
template.
there.
Wow.
It's just good. It's like so
It
like
sounds nice.
sparkly and like crumbly mids. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just like good.
Play this. What's this sound like?
What profile is that?
That's the old Arshel, and that's the Sooze template with the Arshel.
Praise him.
Sounds
I
nice.
freaking love that pack.
Yeah,
It's the best.
it's
It's
great.
one of my favorites.
It is really
and we
great.
did it so long ago.
It was long ago, yeah.
And
But that amp was just special.
it was. I think I've always hesitated to like redo it again too. 'Cause I don't know if it'll be very good. You know what I mean?
Was
Get
that at
something right.
Gateway? Did we do that at,
Yeah.
at the old
Yeah, it was
studio?
at the old
Wow.
studio there.
Dang.
With Stu.
So
With
it
Stu.
obviously it works for this sound. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like it's like a thing with worship players. They love Gretches. You know,
It has a lane.
Tellys, Gretches, overly priced Telly lookalikes. You know what I mean?
True.
Right?
That shall
You
not be
had a
named.
telly that was
Like a
kind of
Nash.
Gretchy.
I did.
Well,
White?
that was like a Fender made. It was like made to look like a Gretsch.
That was a
right?
Gretsch.
I mean, it was basically a Gretsch.
It was the Fender Thin Line Deluxe that had
Yeah.
Filtertron. Well, it had, what do they call it? Fidelitrons.
Right.
It was Fender's.
Fidelitrons.
It was
I mean, it could-
Fender's
Fidelity.
Filtertrons.
They,
Fidelity.
it was,
Yeah.
it was like so Gretchy. They probably could not have made it unless they owned Gretsch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. They're
That's
not going to
also-
sue themselves.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
You regret selling that one too, don't you?
Oh, every day.
Yeah.
Now they're like a bunch of money.
Stop.
Over
I think-
$2,000.
Juice, I think
Go ahead.
moral
Did
of
you
the
buy it for
story
like
is stop
900
selling
bucks?
gear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So this
don't
is what I was
sell
saying.
Hey.
So, do you think I just
Not
did?
guitars that you love.
Right. Don't ever sell a guitar
Yeah.
you may want back.
So I just
Yeah.
did a video on like love hate with this guitar I have, right? And it made me think when I was thinking about that, doing that video. I was going, you kind of hear like some conflicting things that sound good, right? Like sometimes I hear people say never sell guitars, just don't sell them, because then like you'll regret it later. And then it's like there is always one that you sold that you hate that you sold it. You like wish you had it.
Yeah.
There's definitely ones you've sold that you don't care about.
Right.
You know.
For sure.
So then it's like, keep the ones you love.
I've
sell the
thought
ones you like.
I've
you know.
thought about trying to buy one, but I
For
know
5X.
But I know it's, even if I'm like, I don't care how much it costs,
They're just
Right.
so hot.
but it's
yeah.
like I don't even know if it'll be as good.
Yeah.
get
Every
a bad
single
one.
person who played that guitar is like, this is something
It's
special.
kind of
was
the
nice.
mystery though of like this
Yeah.
thing was like a unicorn, but if you got another one and it ruined that vibe for you.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like why?
You'd be worse off than you are today.
And it was so funny. The guy that I
And
bought
less-
it from, I
you
bought
would
it
have
on
less money.
Craigslist in California, and the guy was selling it to buy his girlfriend a wedding ring to to
We've
fund a
all
ring.
been there.
What a sucker.
And he's like,
What a sucker.
And he's like, I was like, yeah, I really love this. It looks like it's a white Falcon. He goes, yeah, I have a white Falcon, and I don't want to sell that, so I'm going to sell this instead. And I was like, oh, okay.
What a
I'm like-
sucker.
I
I'm
think
like,
you'll have
and
another
I think
one.
I said like, what church do you play at? And then he told me.
I don't know, but I also know.
That's a good point.
Can I express something? That this is going to be an unpopular opinion. Here's my hot take for the day. Do you guys know what today is? Some of
Mental
us-
Health Day.
Some of us said we had surprises, right?
Oh, I
Here's
do have
my
a,
surprise.
I do have a surprise.
Oh.
My surprise was I was going to cut you some of my delicious hamon that I have upstairs, which was
Is that pork leg?
it's my aged Spanish ham.
How did you know that?
How did he
Hamon?
know
I put
that?
it on. People have seen. I've been eating hamon every day whenever I
I want
want.
to circle back to that with
Came
you
with a
later.
knife and stand and
You
everything.
know things.
It's great.
I'm on to you.
It's great. It's on the screen. We'll put it up on the
Jerry
screen.
knows
I
a
have-
lot about food.
I do.
Dude, food
Define
is so
things.
good.
It's so good.
But today is also my 16th wedding anniversary.
Congratulations.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
Congratulations.
Yeah. And
16.
Is that the ham anniversary? It's not
it's
like
the
a
ham
silver or
hammer.
gold.
It's the
it's like-
Serrano
yeah.
ham.
Yeah, the ham one.
When I think back of, like, I think of that guy selling that gear, I do remember selling, some stuff to get my wife a wedding ring. A ring she does not even really prefer to wear anymore. Like styles change.
Totally.
And for whatever reason now she's like, no, I kind of just like wearing a band and nothing else. We got a 1-year-old. I don't really know.
My wife very rarely wears the one that I got for her. Yeah.
And then this last weekend at church, maybe 2 weeks ago, can't remember when I was there, when I was playing last. One of the singers, all of a sudden was like, I lost my ring. I lost my ring. I've seen this happen 3 times at churches, where a woman wearing a diamond, all of a sudden the diamond falls off, and she realizes it, and then is
like the diamond falls out of the ring.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe they hit it on something or
Yeah.
whatever. And
That's not good.
Not good.
You don't want
And
that.
then they're like, I looked at it earlier. I play with it a lot. I would have noticed earlier. It must have happened between here and here. And you're all like on the carpet looking, and it's like a whole thing, and it's just like, ugh, this is terrible.
You ever find them? Out of those 3?
One lady did find it. They found it like a month later. Someone found it. Yeah,
That's
which is
great.
pretty remarkable because they vacuumed the church
yeah.
often.
Right.
Right.
But it was on the stage somehow. And
Yeah.
I don't know. It must have.
I'm sorry, dude.
Gone
Why do you have the
somewhere.
windows open?
What's wrong with
It's
it?
100. It's 100 degrees. It's the hottest day of the
It's
year.
not. It's 94.
I just felt a hair dryer on my back.
hot over there.
Yes.
I noticed it when we started, but I was like, I'm gonna let this ride just to see what happens.
See what happens.
Look how mad John got.
Sorry. I take air
All-
conditioning very seriously.
All of a sudden, I felt what felt like a hair dryer.
It actually wasn't
blowing
that
on me.
bad until there was like
The
a
wind.
wind that blew.
Yeah, I see all the leaves falling off out there.
Yeah, because it's so
It's a hot fall.
You want to talk about a scam? The weed man showed up today.
We saw Weed Man.
Weed Man.
driving
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, so I
It
use
is
the
a-
weed
it is a
man
scam.
service, and
Yeah.
they I pay them, and they come do the weeds in the backyard and stuff and in the front yard. But
Yeah.
today, or they called about 2 weeks ago, and they said, okay, so we're just calling to make sure you know that you're scheduled for blah 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 this aeration service. Blah blah. And we were like,
No.
we were like, you guys call every time someone's gonna come out, then you come knock on the door. Hey, just letting you know I'm on the property. Just do your job. I don't care. You know what I mean?
Right.
If we weren't home, you wouldn't knock on the door.
Right.
You know? Just go out there. I know who you are. You know
Right.
what I mean?
You're
out
the
there
weed man.
spraying stuff around. I
I
don't.
invited you to my house.
Yeah.
Totally.
Giant truck says weed man. When you pull up, I know you're here.
Right.
So they go, okay, and then somewhere they said, all right, so you'll receive a bill for blah blah. And my wife was like, wait, is this not a normal thing? They were like, no, it's $550 for
What?
this aeration and overseeding
wow.
service on the whole property.
50. Woof.
And so I go, well, she goes, oh no, thank you. We're happy with the service. It's fine. We don't need anything else. The guy showed up, and we're inside, and I was taking lunch. And
Moan.
and my wife, and my wife goes, and my wife goes, oh, the weed man guy's here. I hope he doesn't come knock on the door and wake up the baby, right, or ring the bell. So he comes up to the door, so she kind of rushes over there, opens the door, hey, and he goes, all right, I'm just letting you know I'm on the property to do your aeration service, blah 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 blah. And she goes, no, I said I didn't want to do this. He's like, oh, okay, I had you on the list. She's like, no, I don't want to spend $500. The guy's like, I'm so sorry. If you get charged for this, call them, and you shouldn't let.
Oh,
and I'm
no.
thinking,
No.
what?
What?
You call them right now and
you're
tell
right,
them not to
charge for
charge.
that.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, what
It should
the
be the other
heck?
way around.
You work there.
Yeah. So
You have
anyway,
direct
I don't think
access.
Go
they
tell
will.
the weed man.
You are the weed man.
I know.
I mean, we're monthly customers, and we have been for a long time, so it's not in their best interest to just charge you like $500
Yeah,
for into
make
a
you
service
mad.
because you'll likely go complain and stuff. But
Maybe they hope you won't notice.
yeah, and you know what else is a scam? Anybody got health care out there? That's a scam
Uh-oh.
too.
Dang, here we go.
Here we
The
go.
lid has been popped off.
All right.
Man. Anyway, I won't get into that.
All right. I
That's-
was
what's
just
that?
looking to see how far into it we are.
We're 50 minutes.
50 minutes. All right.
Yeah.
That's a
Let her
healthy-
rip, man. Say whatever you want to
Yeah,
say.
man.
Well,
They've all dropped off by now anyway.
You got at least 12 minutes. So.
There's like my dad and Curtis still watching, so.
hey,
Yeah.
Curtis. Haven't
look,
done
you
that
know
for a
who?
while.
Look, I just want to say, okay, this is as far as I'll go. I haven't posted this on Facebook because I have too many friends in real life, and no offense if anybody.
Isn't your friend in real life?
Well, no offense if anyone's doing this or their wives are doing this. Everybody make their own decisions in life. I'm a libertarian, but I got to tell you, the craziest people I think walking around the world right now are those people who did not trust the vaccine but are now taking Ozempic. That's a wild cross section, and there's a lot of those people.
I know some
there's
of those
a
people.
lot of those people. It's your phone.
I know
There's
some of those people in real life.
Yes,
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah.
And I'm going, hang on a minute.
What is that?
We need a case study.
Ozempic is a GLP. So this is, okay, I'm going to tell you what it is. But when I tell you what it is, you're going to immediately identify it as crazy.
that they would, yeah.
But I'll tell you what they say it is.
Okay.
Ozempic is a weight loss drug that used to be only for diabetics, but now it's approved for everybody. And it's any of these GLP something peptides. Anyway, let me tell you what it is.
It basically tricks your body into thinking that you don't need food.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
gosh.
That's like what they say. Oh,
Right.
da-
Travesty.
da- da- da. Here's what it does. It stops your liver from functioning or greatly reduces your liver's ability to make glucose and put it in your blood. That is how it works.
Resulting in weight loss.
So you don't digest your food by impairing an organ.
Yeah.
Okay? Now someone's going to jump in. It doesn't impair the organ. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen. The definition of health cannot be, I ate this food, it made me fat, so now I need to inject something in my body so an organ stops functioning.
So that I can keep eating that food.
Right.
And that's healthy. That can't be the definition.
I can maintain my
That can't be
diet.
it, right? That cannot be the thing.
Right.
And I don't want to come across, I'm about to hit 20 pounds down. I haven't gone on the scale, but yesterday I was 19.4 or 0.6. By the time anyone's listening to this,
She had half a pound to
I'll be,
lose.
I still had half a pound. Now, today's my anniversary. I was going to take the whole family out to a steakhouse.
Which one?
Well, it's nothing too. We're going to go to Stony River here in town.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That's my go-to in Franklin. I don't want to deal with the traffic.
I like Stony River.
If it was just me and my wife, we'd
Never
go to
been.
Bourbon. That's my favorite.
Bourbon
in
steak.
Nashville, yeah. But, I'm going to take my whole family. I thought we should all go out as a whole family.
I like that.
And I thought, because who
Together.
who should be celebrating my marriage more than my children?
Totally.
From which
They benefit more than
exactly
anybody.
their whole lives are made
Right.
You're still
possible.
married.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I've been doing this 16 years.
Totally.
You got your whole
You've
life
been there a
has,
long
has come
time.
out of
Yeah.
this
Oh my
thing.
gosh, that's funny.
So you guys should go celebrate too. So they're gonna come, and the baby's the 1-year-old's gonna come, and she's gonna eat a bunch of little pieces of steak and broccoli and
Life is good.
And,
at
Lucky
1 year old.
baby.
Yeah.
yeah.
Stony River.
But and so I might so I'm not gonna weigh myself through the weekend because I might
Get
not
off
gonna
the rails here.
But I'm gonna have some veggies and some steak, and if they have the sweet potato side,
It's going in.
I might order that.
It's going in.
And I may have a bite or two of the carrot cake at the end.
Now I'm 14 pounds down.
No, I'm not going to eat them. I might have a cup. I mean, I'm talking 4 or 5 bites of something.
Now I'm
that could
12
be-
pounds down.
Right.
Chocolate
cake, 9 pounds
No,
down.
no. Hey, but all you got to do is get on Ozempic, and your body won't convert those carbs into sugar.
Change your
To me,
biology.
it's a wild idea.
It's sort of like Ozempic to me seems like it's like forcing your body into like a keto mindset, right? Where it's like
yeah,
they're just
not
not
naturally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like forcing your body into ketosis even though it didn't want to be.
I'm not. Look, I get that the recommendation. The recommendation is such too that you're like, nobody does that. It's like when you turn over the Q-tips and it says, "Do not put in your ear," and it's like, excuse me, your entire $1 billion
that?
company,
100%. 100%.
They are like, do not put this in your ear.
Do not enter the ear canal.
They think that we're all buying Q-tips to clean this little shape right here. It's like, look, if anyone's selling a product under false pretense, it's definitely the Q-tip company, right? Like, we know it's there, but you know what everyone's doing with this, okay?
What else do you do with it?
No, at least the alcohol and tobacco companies, I think, have a better, at least excuse. People can consume these responsibly, and I think many people do.
Right.
Everyone is putting a Q-tip in their ear. The only people crazier than the people who didn't trust the vaccine and now take Ozempic are probably people who buy Q-tips and don't put them in their ear.
Right.
That's
a trifecta.
That's diabolical.
Dang.
My towel hits there fine, and there, and there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't need a Q-tip if I
Right.
don't put it in.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what she said. So what I'm saying is this.
Wow.
Dang.
What I'm saying is
That
this.
was a rant. That was good.
If I know that people are going, look, being fat, being overweight has all these health implications. I understand that. And so the recommendation is take this. Oh, you'll also lose muscle and bone mass when you take it. It makes you lose mass sort of indiscriminately. So you need to work out. You need to eat well while you're on it. And then you're going to drop weight. And then because you were working out, you maintained muscle, and
You get off of it.
You get off it, and then continue that healthy lifestyle. It's just a
Right,
boost.
right.
Okay. I
Nobody
already know,
uses it like
I already
that.
know several people who have gone off it, and then they gain some weight, so they go back on it, and then they get off it, and then they go back on it, and they go off it. Mind you, this is, and this is where I go, why this is crazy, because I know people who were like, I'm not getting that vaccine. There's no long-term studies. I don't trust them.
Right.
Right? I don't trust people either, which is why. So, but then I'm like, wait a
It was
minute.
going somewhere.
I'm like, wait a minute. So you didn't trust that, but you trust this. This was a diabetes medicine like 6 months ago. You couldn't use it for this.
right.
And now all of a sudden you can use it for this. And now there's going to be people in the comments like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm just saying
It's also really expensive.
it is. And there was all these stories about people who were actual diabetics running out of the medicine because everybody was selling it.
Right.
It's all
Right.
bought
So,
up.
and look, I don't have any ethical qualms. If you're poor and diabetic, maybe you should die. I don't know. That's a question for capitalism.
Shoot.
It's not for me.
Wow.
I'm saying that's not a question for me to answer. I'm not, whatever. You know what I mean?
You told him to go for it, and now he's going for
I'm
it.
not saying I
so-
Do you
do that.
regret-
I'm
Yeah,
saying it's not, it doesn't matter. I don't know.
Right.
I don't
That's a question.
I've never once thought, what should happen to poor diabetics? Never had that thought before.
Right, right, okay.
Apparently there's some thing here. Not my concern. Somebody has some government program that takes care of that or doesn't. It's all a scam anyway. That's why I don't have health care anymore. Or I don't have health insurance. But to me, it's just kind of wild that we just went through this whole thing. And there's been a lot of stuff on this side and that side. Get the vaccine or you're
Totally.
a terrible person. Blah, blah.
You're going to kill everybody.
Get the vaccine. I even heard people say the vaccine gives you COVID, and the vaccine
Right.
and the vaccine's for mind control and 5G and right and that,
Cool.
all this stuff, right? Those people, the idea that those people are like, wait a minute, you're telling me I can lose 10 pounds
Yeah.
this next week?
Instant
I
gratification.
to my arm.
Right.
I no longer am suspect of the industry.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like,
And don't need all these tests.
yeah,
and
and
don't
I
need all
just,
this.
to me, I just look at that and I go, man, if they figured out that like it's given some people heart attacks or strokes,
Right.
they wouldn't tell you.
Nope.
And so I just go, y'all go take that for 10, 15 years.
Right.
If it's still the miracle cure, like they say it is now, in 10, 15 years, I'll get on board.
Sign me
Are
up.
you telling
Yeah, then
are-
I'll go for it.
John, are you trying to
all
tell
I'm
me
saying.
Oh, here we go.
that if people just had consistent logic
We'd be in a
across
better
all
place.
of their belief systems
We
and
might
arguments,
be in a better place.
that they would be making better decisions
Yeah,
at
and
least?
I did.
Or at least more consistent?
I know. And
That's too easy.
It's too easy.
And I'm not.
Consistent logic that is objective is, man, it's so hard.
What's weird is I see what I think this is going to become is in the 80s, the mid 80s, early 80s, our moms probably all had the choice. Do you want to take some of these diet pills? And they worked, like fen-phen.
Yeah.
But they're illegal now.
They were speed.
They were speed. You
Yeah.
can't have them anymore. That's
cool.
They are illegal.
Dang, I'm going to call my mom.
there
Did you
were-
take speed?
And
Yeah.
there were all sorts of these
Totally.
these 80s diet pills, and they did make you lose weight. And so would any like methamphetamine. You know what I mean? Like,
What's really funny too is that all of those came out as like, look, you don't need to smoke cigarettes anymore. Those
Yes.
are bad for you. Take these
Yes.
pills
an
instead.
and that's interesting, John, because that is what this is sold as. This thing is unhealthy. Being overweight's unhealthy.
Right.
Do this to
Do
fix
this
that
instead.
problem.
Right.
Yeah.
And it glosses over. Is this a good idea?
Right. This is
And-
this
and
is like the nature of humans. This
For
is what
sure.
we do, right? We have too much corn. The government subsidizes corn,
Yes.
so we have too much of it.
Yes.
Right? So then what do? We feed it to the cows.
Yeah.
Cows don't eat corn.
Uh-huh.
Their bodies can't do it.
Yeah.
So then diseases develop like E. coli.
Yeah.
So rather than feed the cows grass like they're supposed to be fed, they now
We give them antibiotics.
they modify the corn so that it doesn't produce E. coli.
Yeah.
It's like you're spending
Yeah.
billions of dollars
Yeah.
solving a problem
Yeah,
that doesn't
and-
need to be solved. If
Yeah,
you just,
and they started putting high fructose corn syrup in our food because they realized we could
Right.
make corn
Right.
into a
Sugar.
and,
Right.
and it's cheaper than sugar because the government subsidizes it.
Right.
And that's why food is so full of
Yes.
sugar and calories and all this stuff. I even just saw a TikTok the other day. It was just comparing the old labels of products to the new labels.
Oh.
And it was just showing how what the old ingredients in Pop-Tarts were when we were kids compared to
Oh,
today.
it's insane.
yeah.
And there's just way more
It's crazy.
ingredients.
Oh yeah.
and it's way and I
know. We started throwing away stuff. We started really looking at some of the labels just in our house, and started
It's
throwing stuff.
mind-boggling.
Started throwing stuff away that had like all of the gums in it, and all of the
Like
you know,
numbers and
the
stuff?
thickeners, and all
Speed.
of the.
dude, the seed oils are terrible.
It's
Just a
not-
little bit of.
I would invite
Yeah.
everyone to go look up how they make seed oil. Go look up how they make sunflower seed oil or rapeseed oil. They don't call it that anymore. Go look,
Grapeseed oil.
rapeseed oil. it's called.
Rape
But they do
seed?
sometimes call it grapeseed
Dang.
oil. That was
I thought that
That's a
was
name
like.
change.
I thought that was a G that I just didn't hear.
no, it's in there.
Like you
Uh,
wanted to hear it. Like you put it back in.
It's like that
Any
word
of the
doesn't
seed
make
oils.
sense.
yeah.
Any of the seed
Grape.
oils, you like go look up how they make them. Because I think normally you would not be comfortable if it was like, okay, we take all these seeds, then we grind them up, then we like mix them with water and like crush them and press them, and then it's like, is that the oil? It's like, oh no, God, this will kill you. don't consume this.
Right.
It's like, wait, what? It's like, yeah. Then we need to take this other poisonous chemical, highly poisonous chemical that we have to wear plastic and not even touch. We have to mix it with this and then distill it. And somehow what comes out of that is like this little bit of like just pure fat. And that's what you eat.
Seed oils.
And then it's just like, this is crazy. This is not
Wow.
supposed to be. Anyway, so that's
that
why.
that reminds me. There's a guy
Yeah.
on YouTube. The channel is called Nile Red.
Yeah.
There's a variation called Nile Blue. He's a chemist,
Yeah.
and he has a video where he makes grape soda
Yeah.
out of plastic gloves.
Yeah. I love it.
And it's a chemical process, and it's like he
that's-
shows the whole thing, and
Man.
it's like
Does he drink it?
yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, so it's like
This
chemistry
what's
is
on
a
the shelves.
wild thing,
Yeah.
Sure.
and the parts of it are very
Sure.
dangerous.
Yeah, it's just there's these
But
things
it's just
that-
a wild thing that you can do.
No, and I know there's volatile compounds and stuff, and that's
Yeah.
not really fair to be like, oh, it's a chemical. What does that mean? Everything's a chemical.
Yeah.
But I get weirded out when we're all of a sudden like eating a bunch of stuff that no one ate 20 or 30 years ago. Because I'm like, you haven't even seen people who ate a lot of this. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I don't even know.
We're them.
We're them. We're the
first
people
one.
we'll find out.
I think we're in for a rude awakening.
Yeah.
See, and I thought that I would just gained weight because I got older.
No, it's both.
It's both.
Is
It's
it the
both.
Taco Bell also?
Dude,
That
Was it the
contributes?
ice cream we stopped
dude,
and
and
got?
we're eating like
was
we've been
good.
getting a lot. We've been getting rid of a lot. I'm going to get off of this because people are going to get upset that we're on this topic. But we've been getting rid of a lot of food, like you're saying. I've been telling my wife, no more of this almond milk BS. No more of this stuff. You want to make almond milk yourself? You will hate it. You want to make what almond milk is. You get a bunch of almonds. You boil them or like put them in
You
water.
soak
You do
'em.
it. You press them down. You know,
Grind 'em.
and then you have basically this whitish water,
Yeah.
and no one wants it.
Right.
But then they put all this stuff in it.
You
they
gotta put
sweeten
fat in it.
They do all these things, and then it's like, look how creamy and texture. And it's like you're just trying to make it like milk. It's not even almond milk anymore. You started with almond milk. You've added all this stuff to it.
Just drink milk.
Just drink milk. At some point, it's like there's no way
and if
all
you're-
this stuff.
Get a cow.
If you're lactose intolerant, then like
You get the lactose-free milk.
yeah, find
Yeah.
something else.
Almond
It's-
milk.
No, it's bad for you. It is so bad for you.
circle.
I don't know why. I'll say, just tell anyone. Look at the
Coconut
back.
milk.
Look at the label. Look at the macros. You just drink a soda.
Right.
It's not better than juice or soda. So I'm telling my wife, I'm like, we've got, where are we?
It's an illusion.
Where are we with this anyway? Like, what is,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But anyway,
Gretches are cool.
it
though.
reminds me,
Yeah,
it reminds
good.
me
so
of,
sick though. These
but you know, that full circle, Sooze, that full circle is like this because this is a design from 58,
It's pure.
57, before
Oh.
the Les Paul.
We didn't need to add
That here we
additives.
see in the worship world it becoming contemporary again. It has become the preferred tool, something designed for something completely different,
Right.
like rapeseed,
like Sir did. Like
designed originally for your automobile engine
Right.
or other engines, and now somehow made into some
Food.
sort of
Something we eat.
thing that I'm supposed to have in my coffee.
I wonder if we
No,
ate this,
thank
if
you.
it would kill us or not.
The
no.
Gretsch?
Okay. Yeah.
For
it's,
sure.
yeah, it's like Sir put a Goto 510 on it, and they did all the they've ruined the products. They've made it an abomination. I get
Yeah.
what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
good point.
at the end of the day, that's Gretsch.
That is.
That's how Gretsch
Nailed
is like.
it.
All right, guys. Well,
Thanks for being here, Jerry.
Yeah,
Good to
Jerry.
be here.
How's, what are you doing
AKA
the rest of the day,
Jared.
Jerry?
I'm gonna work.
Jerry's got a real job.
Yep.
Hey, we got
gotta-
Monday off.
Jerry, do you want to
Sort of.
Do you want to plug your company?
Sure. Buy some cool crap from Church Gear.
Church gear.
Yeah.
Do it
This is
now.
actually something. I mean, for the 10 people who watch this podcast,
Right.
to this point,
9 of them might want to buy something.
Right, yeah.
You work for a company that a guy locally here started. That was kind of your friend Sooze.
Yeah, Toby.
I mean,
That was his.
Yeah. Sometimes
Full
his
circle.
son is back here, plays with my kids. Small town, you know.
It is
And
in a growing town.
yeah, a small town and a growing town. It's a big town with a small town feel.
Yeah. Most
And
parts.
what do you guys do? You go into churches and you hold
Yeah.
them up and say, "Give me all
Give
your
me your
You
gear.
steal from them.
Yeah, we take all their stuff.
So the problem is churches have a lot of things they need to get
Too
rid
many
of.
things.
Older sound equipment, blah, blah,
Yep.
blah. You guys take it, sometimes repair it, sometimes refurbish it, and you sell it online.
Yep.
And it's called church gear, and you can buy stuff for your church, or you can get rid of all the crap sitting in your church, and you guys will show up and give the church money
We will
and take it away.
in our truck.
Providing
Yes.
a service.
Now,
We're
what do you
providing
do?
service.
What do you do there?
I am. I work sales.
There you go.
Yeah, the easiest way to put it.
So call Jerry.
Yeah.
1-800-JERRY.
Call 1-800-JERRY and see what happens.
See what happens. Yeah.
I don't think that's enough
I
numbers.
was just gonna
It's not a
say,
proper
I
number.
think it's just going to wait
Not
until
enough
it goes.
numbers.
If you
More
would like to
numbers.
make a call, hang on
Right.
and dial again.
I wish it went somewhere though.
Yeah.
Maybe I should claim it.
You should claim it.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Try
but-
1-800-GRETCH. See who you get.
is that enough
we're getting
letters?
close.
Jerry
That's 7.
Gretsch. Jerry
Seven.
Gretsch is too
Jerry
much.
Okay.
Gretsch.
Ooh.
1-800-GRETCH.
Is that how we're ending the podcast?
That's how we're going to end
It's
the
flashing
podcast.
on the screen right now. 1-800-GRETCH.
If only you had the
1-800-GRETCH.
thing.
Give it
Yeah.
a call.
Call now.
Wow.
Peace and blessings.
I've been HW.
Oh,
Are we not?
no, we're not even doing that.
Oh, that's already gone.